everybody, Diesel the Basement Dweller here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I don't typically like to talk about things that, are affecting me personally, or just, I don't like to complain a lot unless, it's about fighting games and all that shit, haha, funny, like, balanced jokes. But today, this video is going to be a rant. I want to talk about a big pet peeve I have with the fighting game community on YouTube, especially post-release of Guilty Gear Strive. Now, this video, as I said, this is going to be a rant. There's going to be a disclaimer for this in the title, if I remember to put it there. But the thing I wanted to talk about in this video, it's going to start off with a very hot take. I despise the fighting game community on YouTube. And by that, I don't mean content creators. I don't mean, any pro players. I don't even mean the viewers in particular. But every time a new fighting game comes out that's made for a casual audience, a perfect example has been the last 3 Arc fighting games, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and now Guilty Gear Strive. There is a big issue I've been noticing, especially in the comment sections of videos, and I wanted to address it because it was something that kind of pisses me off to see, honestly, and I hate to say that because, I love my viewer base. I could not be more grateful, but sometimes people say things that are purposefully trying to induce, like, they're trying to elicit a negative reaction. Not even, like, just, like, trolls. I feel like my big issue, let's get to the point. My big issue with fighting game community YouTube, when it comes to a new game coming out, every time a new game comes out, it happened with FighterZ. It didn't happen much with Grand Blue because that game was dead in the water, and it's happening a lot more with Strive, is the puppeting and parroting of opinions by people who do not play fighting games. And this is an issue that I've wanted to talk about for a bit, because it bothers me to no end. For example, and this is going to sound really salty, because it's like, oh, you're just saying that because it was a comment on your video. Maybe I am just saying it because it was a comment on my video, but it pissed me off enough to make a video about it. When I made my Guilty Gear Strive week 1 tier list, I got at least 7 different comments that were like, hey, did you know that Giovanna won El Evo? Hey, Giovanna's not a bad character, you're stupid. Have you ever played this game before? Giovanna's not good. And I was wondering, I was like, I stated at the beginning of the video, this is my opinion. But then, I genuinely wanted to know, why do people think Giovanna's a good character? I did my research on YouTube, and I found my answer. It's because a lot of popular fighting game YouTubers, just to drop a few names, I'm not famous enough that a lot of them are going to care, because it's not slander against them, it's slander against the people who watch their videos, as stupid as that sounds, but, like, there's popular fighting game YouTubers like Kizzy K, or Lord Knight, or Sonic Fox, or The Kill Sage, or, any of the fighting game, like, usual suspects whenever a new fighting game comes out at this point. And in a lot of their tier lists and videos, they have Giovanna rated really high. And I'm wondering, because I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this, it's like, okay, tournament results. This is a personal tier list. I don't understand why they're bringing this opinion. But then I was like, wait a minute, because a lot of things they were talking about was like, oh, Giovanna has amazing pressure and, like, damage. And it's like, I said that in the video. And I was wondering, because it's like, where did they get this impression that, like, because that's pretty much the example I'm going off. Because the whole thing was, like, Giovanna is at least top 3. Like, I don't agree with your tier list, because this is obviously the tier list of somebody who doesn't play the game. Keep in mind, by this point, by the end of week 1 of Guilty Gear, I was in Celestial rank, which is, for those who don't know, that is the highest rank you can achieve in Guilty Gear. I reached Heaven rank playing Potemkin and Nagoriyuki. And I was baffled to, see how vitriolic people can act when you don't agree with their opinion. Apologies for the Discord notification, I thought I muted that. But it's crazy to see how vitriolic viewers can get when people don't agree with their opinions, and it's not even their opinion. I guess that's the part, just turning down Discord, give me a moment. I guess that's the part at the end of the day that really pisses me off. It's not your opinion at the end of the day. You are defending an opinion that you have no basis to defend, because you are puppeting the opinion of a popular YouTuber to seem more knowledgeable at the video game. And it is one of my biggest pet peeves with the fighting game community on YouTube. Every time a pro player says something, people take their words like fucking gospel. They'll like change their mains because a YouTuber said something, or like they'll shit on a character because like, oh, yada yada, like this YouTuber said that this character is like a tier horror character. Like Sonic Fox plays this character, so he must be broken. And it's like that's such an ugly distinction to make, and that's my big issue with the fighting game community on YouTube. Like, you know, disclaimer: fighting game professionals are not God. Everybody's experiences in a video game are going to be different, so do not puppet an opinion like it is fact. As I said, I do not believe Giovanna's a good character, which is why I said I do not believe Giovanna's a good character. And I said, you know, I'm willing to argue with people in the comments if they want to argue, you know, like a character's misplaced. And that was the only one I was seeing. People were like, oh yeah, like I agree with the rest of this tier list, yada yada yada. Why do you have Giovanna so low? Which fucking baffled me, because I explained in the video why I have Giovanna so low. And then I realized it's because they're puppeting an opinion that one of the popular fighting game YouTubers used. They don't really have basis to back up their claims. They pretty much just say, oh, this character won El Evo. It's like, okay, well, tournament results don't make a character good. I don't know, that is a twisted ass point of view. Perfect example, you guys remember when Rangchu beat Tekken World Tour with Panda? Panda's bottom 3. One of the worst characters in the game. He didn't win because Panda's good. That's not like, oh, Panda's so good they have to nerf Panda. No. Like, tournament results do not dictate. That's such a backwards view on fighting games, and I hate that because that's the point of view that casual fighting game players watching professional fighting game players get. They get big-headed, and they get this really big ego, even though they don't have experience in fighting games. Those are the same people who will be like, what is a DHC? They'll be like, oh, Giovanna's bad. Or like, what is a BRC in Guilty Gear? You know, it's like they don't even know the different types of Roman cancels, and they're out here, you know, parading this opinion about Giovanna being a top 3 character and me being stupid for disagreeing with them. And it's one of those things that I just really dislike. It's, as I said, it's something that, it's not even a serious issue. It doesn't affect a lot of people. It affects me a lot, because that shit just angers me to no end, which is the only reason I'm making a video on it, because I've never made a video like this before. But I guess this is like my PSA. So, this is where I'll leave off, you know, I'll leave off with this final thought. If you hear something on the internet, don't, just because you like a professional player or agree with what they're saying does not make their opinion fact, okay? Do not go into other people's tier lists and streams and videos and shit on what they think due to their experience because you heard from a professional player that this character is actually good. Like, unless you have a solid case that you yourself came up with, I mean this in the nicest way possible, please shut the fuck up. Like, you know, not to be rude, I tend to be a very nice guy, but this is one of those things that genuinely just fucking irritates me about the fighting game community. People puppeting opinions like their own for the sake of sounding intellectual in a comment section. It's like, dude, we're all just here to enjoy the video and play fighting games and do whatever, and you're just sitting here like, this is wrong, you're stupid. And it's like, I mean, okay. You know, like, why'd you say all that, you know? Like, nobody really, especially when it's not your opinion. That's what pisses me off. They're that vehement to defend that point of view when it's not their point of view. And that's pretty much it. I mean, like, it's another thing that I've seen a lot on YouTube that kind of gets me angry. Or it's like when you go on like you know, totally off topic, or not really off topic, but it's like when you go on to like a Guilty Gear Strive combo video, and it's like, hey, this touch of death, and then you see Axel in the video, and then half the comments in the video are like, oh, okay, show it on a real character now, you don't start the game with full meter. And it's like, none of those claims are made in the video. Like, we get it. Chip has low health. You don't start a game with full meter. I hate when people point out obvious things as if they're like these fucking gurus of fighting games, spouting knowledge that we already fucking know, and then acting like they're wearing the pants around here, you know? It's a big issue. You know, I do not like assholes in the fighting game community. And I guess that's what it boils down to. So please, this is not a personal attack on anybody. I'm not going to say any names other than the names of the YouTubers, because, you know, they're popular. They, you know, whatever. Just PSA, please don't be an asshole because a YouTuber you follow said something that you agree with so much that you're going to go and defend a point that you do not have any knowledge on, please do your research before you start arguments, especially when it comes to fighting games where 9 out of 10 times people will know more things than you. And finally, don't be an asshole, you know? I feel like that's the biggest issue. So, with all that out of the way, I hate to make videos like this. It's probably going to be a one-off, but very casual video. Not, you know, I didn't write a script or anything. I kind of just sat down and I was like, I want to talk about this on the channel. So, with that out of the way, if you like what you saw, remember to like, comment, subscribe, dislike it if you dislike it. This is me, as Ace of the Basement Dweller, reminding you that not every pro player's word is gospel. With all that out of the way, I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.